The Karen problem. Begins every neighborhood has that one person, the self-appointed sheriff of the block who thinks it's their sacred duty to enforce rules nobody else even knows exist. In my case, that person was Karen, the unofficial president of the HOA. She didn't have any actual power, but she acted like she was the mayor, the police chief, and the judge all rolled into one. She had an eagle eye for anything she considered improper. A bike left on a driveway? She'd take a picture and post it in the community Facebook group. A lawn a little too long? Expect a passive-aggressive note taped to your door. But her biggest obsession was with my trash can. She claimed it wasn't aligned with the curb properly, even though I placed it exactly where everyone else did. Every week, right after I put it out, she would march down in her bright pink tracksuit, look left and right like a secret agent, and then knock it over like it was her sworn enemy. At first, I thought I was imagining it. Maybe wind, maybe raccoons. But then I checked my Ring camera and there she was, grinning like she had just completed a mission. That was the moment I realized this wasn't just annoying, it was personal. The chaos she caused, the aftermath of her little tantrums was pure chaos. Some mornings I'd wake up to see garbage bags ripped apart, their contents spread across the street like a raccoon buffet. Neighbors walking their dogs would wrinkle their noses and shake their heads as if it was my fault. Once, an entire bag of week-old leftovers spilled right in front of my driveway, and the smell clung to the pavement for days. Another time, I caught two kids poking sticks into the mess, laughing at the garbage volcano. It was humiliating. And the worst part? Karen loved it. She'd walk by the carnage, sip her iced coffee, and give me this smug little wave like she had just taught me a lesson. I tried confronting her once, asking politely why she kept touching my bin. She gasped dramatically and said, "Well, someone has to maintain standards around here." Standards? Of trash cans? At that point, I realized no amount of reasoning would work. She wasn't enforcing rules. She was enforcing her ego. My plan takes shape. I'm not the type to start drama, but I'm also not the type to sit back and be walked all over. If Karen wanted a war over a trash can, then fine. I'd give her one. I started brainstorming ideas, scrolling through prank videos online, jotting down notes like some kind of mad scientist. My living room became Operation Trash Justice Headquarters. I knew one thing. Whatever I did had to be clever, harmless, but unforgettable. No violence, no danger, just poetic justice. That's when I found it. A spring-loaded trash can online that could pop its lid open with dramatic force if pushed too hard. I modified it by attaching a harmless stink spray cartridge inside, the kind that smells like rotten eggs mixed with burnt popcorn. Just imagining her reaction made me laugh. But I didn't stop there. I set up 2 cameras, one facing the curb, another hidden in a flower pot for a close-up. If this worked, I wasn't just going to get revenge, I was going to get evidence. The Trash Can Strikes Back trash day arrived like Christmas morning. I set the booby-trapped can by the curb, positioned the cameras, and sat by my window with a cup of coffee like a detective on a stakeout. Sure enough, at 7:12 a.m., there she was. Pink tracksuit, giant sunglasses, clutching her iced coffee. She did her usual routine, look left, look right, smirk, and then went for the push. The moment her hand hit the bin, whoosh! The lid flew open like a jack-in-the-box, and a puff of stink gas sprayed right into her face. She screamed, stumbled back, and dropped her coffee all over her white sneakers. The best part? She tried to maintain dignity, but her gagging noises and frantic arm-waving made it look like she was in the middle of a slapstick comedy routine. I laughed so hard I nearly fell off the couch. On camera, it looked even better. Slow motion, the lid popping open, the greenish spray cloud, her horrified expression. It was art. The neighborhood reacts by the next day. The video had made its rounds. I didn't post it myself, but somehow, mysteriously, it ended up on the neighborhood Facebook group. Comments poured in. Finally, karma caught up with her. One neighbor wrote, another said, "Best entertainment I've seen all year." Even the quiet old couple down the street left a laughing emoji. Karen, of course, was furious. She stormed door to door, accusing me of weaponizing sanitation equipment. People tried not to laugh in her face. From that day on, her reputation shifted from feared HOA tyrant to the punchline of every neighborhood joke. Parents would tell their kids, "Don't mess with the trash can, or it'll get you like it got Karen." And for once, the street felt united, not against me, but against her nonsense. The sweet aftermath. The funny thing is, after that, she never touched my trash can again. In fact, she gave it such a wide berth you'd think it was radioactive. She started walking all the way around my property, glaring at the bin like it had personally ruined her life. Meanwhile, I enjoyed trash day more than ever. I'd roll the can to the curb with extra flair, give it a little pat, and smile knowing I had outsmarted the self-proclaimed queen of the HOA. What started as a petty feud turned into the best neighborhood story in years. People still bring it up at block parties. Remember when Karen got blasted by the garbage can? And every time I hear it, I just sip my drink and nod like it was no big deal. But inside, I know I achieved the ultimate victory. Not just protecting my trash, but finally taking down a Karen with nothing but creativity, patience, and one very clever trash can.